Hello and welcome to our program, where we will be discussing the latest government schemes for future investment. The government has recently launched several new schemes aimed at boosting investment and creating opportunities for economic growth. Today, we will be discussing some of these schemes in detail and examining their potential impact on the economy. The first scheme we will be discussing is the National Infrastructure Pipeline. The National Infrastructure Pipeline is a plan to invest 111 lakh Indian rupees crore in infrastructure projects across the country. This investment will be spread over the next 5 years and will cover a wide range of sectors, including power, transport, water, and urban development. The aim of this scheme is to create world-class infrastructure in India and to improve the country's economic competitiveness. The National Infrastructure Pipeline is expected to create millions of jobs and to provide a significant boost to economic growth. The second scheme we will be discussing is the Production-Linked Incentive Scheme. The Production-Linked Incentive Scheme is a plan to offer incentives to companies that manufacture certain products in India. Under this scheme, companies will be given financial incentives based on their production levels. The aim of this scheme is to attract investment in manufacturing and to make India a manufacturing hub. The Production-Linked Incentive Scheme is expected to create millions of jobs and to provide a significant boost to economic growth. The third scheme we will be discussing is the Startup India Seed Fund Scheme. The Startup India Seed Fund Scheme is a plan to provide financial support to startups in their early stages. Under this scheme, startups will be given seed funding of up to 20 lakh Indian rupees. The aim of this scheme is to encourage entrepreneurship and innovation in India. The Startup India Seed Fund Scheme is expected to create a culture of entrepreneurship in India and to provide a significant boost to economic growth. The fourth scheme we will be discussing is the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. The Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana is a plan to provide affordable housing to the urban poor. Under this scheme, the government will provide financial assistance to people who want to buy or build a house. The aim of this scheme is to provide affordable housing to everyone in India. The Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana is expected to create millions of jobs and to provide a significant boost to economic growth. The fifth scheme we will be discussing is the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. The Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan is a plan to make India self-reliant in various sectors. Under this scheme, the government is focusing on creating a self-reliant India by promoting domestic manufacturing and reducing dependence on imports. The aim of this scheme is to create jobs and to provide a significant boost to economic growth. The sixth scheme we will be discussing is the National Education Policy. The National Education Policy is a plan to reform the education system in India. Under this scheme, the government is focusing on providing quality education to all children in India. The aim of this scheme is to make India a knowledge-based economy and to provide a significant boost to economic growth. The seventh scheme we will be discussing is the National Health Protection Scheme. The National Health Protection Scheme is a plan to provide health insurance to the poor and vulnerable sections of society. Under this scheme, the government will provide health insurance to families who are living below the poverty line. The aim of this scheme is to provide access to healthcare to everyone in India and to provide a significant boost to economic growth. The eighth scheme we will be discussing is the Digital India Program. The Digital India Program is a plan to transform India into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. Under this scheme, the government is focusing on providing digital infrastructure, digital services, and digital literacy to all citizens of India. The aim: regenerate response.